Well, hey, student ministry family, happy February to you, and I pray that God is just blessing you in this new year. I just want to highlight for you a few things that are happening in the month of February. If you will just look at that newsletter that is right below this video right here, you're going to see all kinds of things that are going on within the life of our student ministry throughout the month of February. Even though February is the shortest month, we have got a lot of things going on for our students throughout this month. Just a few of those things I want to share with you right now. In Refuge Bible Study, every Wednesday evening, we have a Bible study series going on right now that our students are really responding to. The Bible study series is called All the Feels. And what we're doing is each Wednesday night, we're looking at one God-given emotion that God has given to each of us and how we can process and really work with that emotion in a way that honors God, that blesses others in a way that helps us to grow in our walk with Him, as opposed to responding to that emotion in a way that dishonors God, that harms other people, or that drags us away from our walk with God. On Wednesday nights, we've already discussed the God-given emotion of anger. We've discussed the God-given emotion of sadness. We're soon to talk about the God-given emotion of happiness. And then during the week of Valentine's Day, we're going to look at the God-given emotion of love and see how we can respond to all of those emotions in a way that honors God, that blesses other people, that helps us to grow in our walk with Him, and as opposed to responding to those emotions in a way that dishonors God, harms other people, or drags us away in our walk with Him. So Refuge Bible Study is each Wednesday night from 6:15 to 7:15, and our seniors are doing an excellent job of leading our small groups, our small group discussion groups that come at the end of our message time each Wednesday night. We have a great time with that. And then, of course, the MAC gym is open from 7:15 to 8 o'clock. So students can come over. They can play some pickleball, play some volleyball, play some basketball, throw around a football, or just hang out with their friends. It is a great time every Wednesday night at Refuge Bible Study. I also want to let you know about what's going on Sunday afternoons. Every Sunday afternoon from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock, there is great stuff going on for our students. From 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock is our discipleship hour, and then from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock is rehearsal with our student ministry choirs, and we have a great time every Sunday afternoon. Right now, our middle school students in Dive-In Bible Study on Sunday afternoons at 4, they're going through a message series on the Sermon on the Mount. There is a series from Bible Project that gives excellent insights on the Sermon on the Mount. So each week, our students are going to be digging in deeply to a portion of what Jesus says in the Sermon on the Mount in the greatest message that's ever been preached before. Our high school ladies are doing a study right now that's called Warrior Women, profiling women from the Bible who God gave a heart to fight for the things that are dear to Him, to fight for the things that are eternal, and the way that God can use the heart of a woman who is sold out to Him to bring great honor to Him and point others toward Jesus. And then our high school guys, we're doing a Bible study series. We're going through a book that's called How to Be a Man. The subtitle of that is Discovering What It Means to Be a Disciple. And so each Sunday afternoon, our high school guys are talking about what it looks like from Scripture to be a godly man who is conformed to the image of Christ and who is following His leadership. A few other things are happening this month that you just have to know about. On February the 9th, otherwise known as Super Bowl Sunday, we are having a Super Sunday Showdown rally during our Sunday school hour on Sunday morning. All of our students from middle school through high school, all of our students will gather together on the third floor in the room called Main Stage, and you should really come check it out that morning. Every year on Super Bowl Sunday morning, we transform the room of Main Stage into a scaled down football stadium, complete with a regulation down to scale size football field. And the ladies will be in a contest against the guys in a trivia contest that is comprised of trivia questions from the last 13 weeks of our Sunday school lesson. That's going to go back to our time when we were at the end of the book of Acts and then on into our time now as we're studying the book of Exodus. So students will just have a great time that morning reminiscing and kind of refreshing over the Sunday school lessons that we've learned for the last couple of months, and also just having a great time. There will be a breakfast served, and we'll have a good time together and do the Sunday school lesson that is for that day during the halftime show of our morning that morning. So make sure that your student is there on February the 9th, and have them bring a friend with them. It is a great time for students to bring friends with them to Sunday school as well. Also, coming up soon after that is Galentine's Day. You heard me right. I didn't pronounce it wrong. It is Galentine's Day. Our senior girls have decided to put together a Galentine's Day brunch, hosting all of the girls in our student ministry. That is middle school students through high school students. All of the ladies involved in our student ministry are invited to come on February the 15th. It takes place from 11:30 till 1:30 in the McDonald Activity Center, room 281. And they're just going to be doing crafts together, getting to know one another better. Our senior girls really just want to be able to pour into the lives of other girls within our student ministry. So if you have one of our young ladies who's part of your family, please make sure that they are here on the morning of February 15th at 11:30 until 1:30 that afternoon. Also, you've been hearing all about the Reality Apologetics Conference that's taking place on February 21st and 22nd. It does take place the 21st and 22nd, but it is not an overnight event. We will travel there on the 21st, come back here. Kids will spend the night in their own homes. Then we'll go back on the morning of the 22nd and head out there. This is a national conference that there's only 6 of them that take place regionally throughout the United States. It just so happens that one is close by to us in our backyard. There are going to be more than 4,000 teenagers from across the country who will be here at this thing. And it is a great opportunity for students to hear some of the world's most foremost speaker on the topic of apologetics. So if you want your student to be a part of the Reality Apologetics Conference, get them signed up today. We only have 50 total spots available, and many of those have been chewed up already, so get your students signed up right away. I also want to let you know just about Parent University. That's taking place on Sunday afternoon, February the 23rd. This is an event that is for you. So all of our parents of preschoolers, children, and students throughout our church, this is going to be for you from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock in our worship center. On February the 23rd, we've got a nationally renowned guest who's coming in to lead us in some principles of biblical parenting. There's going to be a really great time as Chris Trent leads us that day. So you will definitely want to be there. If you've got some other friends who have preschoolers, children, teenagers in their house, even if they're not members of our church, please invite them to come with you on February the 23rd, 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the worship center. And the last thing that I'll share with you is this: for our high school students, we're taking a spring break high school mission trip to the Rio Grande Valley. You would certainly be aware, if you've not seen it in our east parking lot just yet, our church has begun building a home for the Romero family. This is in partnership with Buckner International Ministries, and we are building the forms and frames of that home here. And then during the week of spring break, a group of our high schoolers will travel down to the Rio Grande Valley. We will put that home together on site where the Romeros are going to live in that home. And then also, because their spring break coincides with our spring break, there's going to be a backyard Bible club VBS kind of thing taking place for a lot of the kids who are there in that community. So if you have a high school student who would like to be involved in that mission trip coming up this spring break, get them signed up today, because space is really limited for that. I love you so much. Thank you so much for your partnership in the gospel and for allowing me to be a part of the spiritual stewardship of your precious child. It is an honor that I hold so, so, so dear. Love you so much, and I'll talk to you soon.